Let's start with you. How important is tomorrow's first debate?
Extremely important, Kieran. Biden is the front runner in this campaign so far, so he needs to basically get through it and hopefully not make any major gaffes. We've obviously seen Donald Trump trying to make out that Biden's passed it and he's going to be trying to exploit that. And of course, Trump, being the fellow who's behind, really has to make up as much ground as he can in these debates. And they do change people's opinions. Up to 100 million people will be watching this in their homes in America tomorrow. So that's a big number of people. You won't get a better opportunity to impress. The only thing I'd say about Trump and his campaign so far is that, in respect of this debate, is that by talking Biden down, he actually creates a greater expectation that he, Trump, is going to win the debate. So there is some downside to his attacks on Biden in the lead up to the debate.
Grahame, what's your take on this? Because we saw on last occasion, 4 years ago, Trump was behind in the polls. Momentum was with Clinton. We know what happened then. How do you compare that to where we are today?
Well, I think it's going to be the best free theatre that we've seen on television for a long time. It is a serious, heavyweight political debate by two lightweights. And I think there's a hell of a lot of people who are going to be watching to see, can Trump at least pretend to be a statesman for 10 minutes before he tries to take Biden's head off? And can he back things up with a few facts rather than just allegations and smears? Conversely, Biden, everyone, I think, is really interested. Can he get some energy into himself? And how's he going to go when he's faced with a right hook and a left cross in the first 10 minutes? You know, will he lose his cool, or will he just plod along? And one-liners in these things are really important. One-liners stick in people's minds. The media use them for the next 3 weeks, and they'll be doing lots of rehearsing.
Yeah, it could come down to one line, you're right. We've seen them over the many decades. Bruce, when you look at this Amy Coney Barrett nomination, what's your take on it? Because I see that and I think for the Democrats, while they don't want the Supreme Court to be swayed conservative for decades to come, there's also a political argument, isn't there, to say, look, let's just get that dealt with, and those that might be swaying on that issue, well, they won't have that motivation to worry about it because the nomination would have been secured.
Yeah, that was my immediate reaction to this. You know, it's better for Trump to be able to say, you've got to get out there and vote for me in order to get the, you know, to secure this down the line. That was my first reaction. But, you know, you could just as easily say, well, look, let's get the thing out of the way because it looks like it's going to happen, and then we can get back onto the issues that are really going to be good for the Democrats, which, you know, things like the coronavirus, the mismanagement of that by Trump, and you know, his increasingly divisive and erratic behaviour. So those are the sorts of things which will be important, I think, for Biden. And one of the things you must really do in any campaign, and certainly in a debate, is to make sure that you're talking about the issues that you want to talk about. And if you're spending your time complaining about the Republican nomination for the Supreme Court, you're not really talking about issues that you're really concerned about, because, frankly, there's nothing much the Democrats can do about that nomination now. It's going to go through. So best let it happen and then get on with the business of going back to the issues which are going to hurt Trump.
Grahame, that's right, isn't it?
Absolutely dead right. You know, when this comes up in the debate, he should simply say, yes, the Senate will pass it, We hope she does a terrific job. We look forward to her being straight down the middle. Now, let's get on with everything else. If Biden ends up stuck on this, instead of everyone looking at the other things that Trump has mucked up, well, that's just really, really poor campaigning.
He wants to be talking about, as Bruce said, COVID, talking about the tax bill, or lack of.
Yeah, and you know, the president is going to be word perfect on this Supreme Court appointment. So Biden just got a yes, tick, next.